Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello again, everybody. This is Bruce Gray. Easy for me to say.
You sure about that?
Let me start that over again. Good morning, everybody. This is Bruce Gray with United Country McDaniel-Gray Realty. Welcome to Realtree Lane Pro Fridays.
Good job.
Yeah.
It is a good day, and you are Bruce Gray.
That's true. I got 2 facts correct, right? Yeah.
We better quit now.
Keith, how are you today?
I'm good. Sassy.
Yeah, as always.
Sassy.
As always. We have with us this morning Miss Shannon Alford. Shannon, how are you?
I am good. Bruce, how are you?
Very good. Shannon is an agent in our office, and a couple, 3 months ago, I guess,
Yeah.
we did an announcement. We had Shannon on the show. But some time's passed since then.
Yeah.
So let's kind of recap and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and what you enjoy doing, and kind of go from there.
Okay, well, I am a realtor. I am a mama of 4. One of them is a special needs child, which started me down a journey to
No, it's okay.
I just totally messed up. One of them is a special needs child, my youngest child, Carter. And when he was born and we realized that he had some difficulties, it started me on a whole new journey
I'm sure.
in life.
Yeah.
And opened me up to worlds that I had no idea existed. Programs that I had no idea that I needed. And that led us to start the ICARE Foundation.
Okay.
I say us, I should back up. I have
That's
totally
okay.
dropped the ball on this one this morning. We were up all night last night, so I apparently needed more coffee before I came in.
Yeah.
My friend Candy Lee and Candy is another special needs mom, and she is also a nurse. She and I prayed for about 2 years about starting a program here in Brookhaven, and the surrounding areas, because for us to get what our children need, we had to go to Jackson every day.
Right.
When I started McDaniel-Gray, I was actually driving back and forth to Jackson every day for my child to go to school.
Yeah, that was not quite a year ago.
Yeah.
It really hasn't been quite that long, has it?
No, it really
Few months
hasn't.
ago, really.
Yeah, because we came to Brookhaven. He started full-time ABA after Thanksgiving.
I see.
So we had been, which had fortunately just opened up in Brookhaven. But Candy and I have started the ICARE Foundation,
Okay.
which is a 501c3 nonprofit. We are recognized as a charity in the state of Mississippi.
Okay.
So all donations are tax deductible. Let me just throw that in there.
Right.
But we are working on bringing a whole new world, a whole new community to Brookhaven. There are numerous special needs families, tons of
Just
them.
scattered about the area, not
Yeah.
just Brookhaven, but surrounding
Yeah,
areas. where-
Brookhaven and the surrounding areas. You know, Macomb, Wesson, Meadville, Monticello.
Yeah. It's just lots of little small towns right
Yeah.
around us. Yeah.
All the way around. There are a lot of special needs families in our area, and they are all having to travel to get the help that they need. Not to mention the fact that when you become a special needs mom, there is nobody who tells you what you need.
There's no rule book laid
No.
out for you, huh?
No, there's no rule book, there's no manual. Yeah, we've worked with some great doctors, but not a single one ever told me about Medicaid's disabled child living at home, which we qualify for. None of them told us about any of those programs. Nobody talks about the IDD waiver, which is what when you have a child that turns 18, if something happens to you as a parent and you have to place your child with care, the IDD waiver is the difference between placing your child in a nursing home and placing your child in a specialized center, for example, the mustard seed.
Right.
And the IDD waiver has a 13-year waiting list right now. So Candy and I came together and we prayed about it for about 2 years. We knew that there was a desperate need in this area. And that led us to start the ICARE Foundation. ICARE stands for Inclusion, Connection, Advocacy, Resources, and Education.
Okay.
We do have a full nonprofit board that we absolutely love and adore and could not do this without them. But our goals are to provide parent and caregiver education, to help families know about things like,
So it's like information that they would need to know.
Yeah.
Helpful
Yeah.
information.
I had a friend who has a child very much like mine, and I'm not going to tell her name, but I know that she'll know the story when I tell it. Her child had been in and out of the hospital for 6 months on private insurance. Her child qualified for Medicaid disabled child living at home, which allows you to have Medicaid and private insurance. Well, nobody had ever told her about Medicaid disabled child living at home. That is not income based. That is health based. So, you can be making gazillions of dollars and yet your child still qualifies for it because they are disabled. And a lot of families don't know about that. And so they are stuck with thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills a month.
Wow.
I know that for my child, it takes about $20,000 a month to keep him alive, to keep him functioning in medication. And that's just the different medicines that he takes, the different treatments he takes, and that doesn't even include his therapy bills, which are a whole different ballgame.
Right.
But without the disabled child living at home, we wouldn't be able to provide that because private insurance would not pay for all of that.
Okay.
So she came to me one day and she said, I don't know how I'm going to pay these bills. And I looked at her and I said, why are you not on Medicaid? And she said, we don't qualify for Medicaid. And I said, honey, yes you do. Yes you do. You qualify for disabled child living at home. And she said, what is that?
Yeah, just wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah, and I thought, you have met with social workers, you have met, in the hospital, because when you're in the hospital for a long amount of time, you get a social worker assigned to you. I thought, you have met with all of these people, all of these doctors, and none of them have told you about this. None of the hospital financial people, none of them. And for some of them, it's literally their job to tell you about this stuff, and they don't. So I helped walk her through that process, got her in touch with people that she needed to get in touch with, and now she does not have quite as much money that she's got to come up with. But that's kind of the point of why we created ICARE. That's what the parent resource programs are about, is to connect parents and caregivers with these programs. And we don't want to do that just for children. We want to help adults with this too.
Right.
Because disabilities is not aimed at age 18.
Right.
My child will be disabled for the rest of his life. And he'll either live with me or a caregiver, for the rest of his life. And that's okay. That's not, that's...
It's just part of life. I mean, it is.
It is part of life, and his life is beautiful.
Absolutely.
And, so we don't get sad about it anymore.
That's right.
Well, and the fact that you've been through it, and there are a lot of people out there that may be going through it that don't realize the resources that are out there
Right.
for them.
That's right.
Right.
And it's good to get the word out
Right.
Cause they're probably saying the same, how am I gonna pay
Yeah.
all of these doctor's bills, you know?
Yeah.
Therapy bills, it's just, I can see where it would be overwhelming.
It is. It is. And when I first started in this journey, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We're not gonna make it. You know, but we did.
Right.
You know, by the grace of God we did. But the other things that we want to work on with ICARE are inclusive individual programs. We want to build an inclusive, adaptive, handicap accessible playground for in this area. There is a playground in Flowood, but you have to drive to Flowood
Right.
if you have a handicapped child. We don't want parents to have to drive to Flowood. People in Macomb and Summit, that's like an hour and a half away. Here in Brookhaven, that's an hour away. It's over an hour. So our biggest goal right now, our biggest long-term goal, let me change that wording, is to raise money, buy a piece of property, which of course my realtor role will help me with,
Right.
and build an adaptive, handicapped accessible playground.
Okay. So do y'all have a plan for how you're gonna raise the money? Is it different means of doing that?
We are looking for sponsorships. We are applying for grants. We are going to host fundraising programs. Right now, we've got some small-term fundraisers going. We do have a website. It is www.icare-miss.org. Let me do that one more time. It's icare-miss.org. On that website, we have tickets for some raffle baskets we have going on that we're selling tickets for right now. $5 ticket buys you a basket that is, most of them are worth over $500 worth of products.
Wow.
We've also got some inclusion type shirts on our website that our wonderful vice president designed herself.
I think y'all just released those. Was
We-
it this week?
We did.
Yeah, I saw it on social media actually.
Yes,
It's pretty good.
those went live yesterday.
Yeah.
And I think there's like 20 something different designs, and Julie designed those herself, and I am super proud of her.
That's great.
You know, but we are looking for sponsorships. We are looking for, you know, we are writing the grants. We're doing all of that really fun executive
Are
director
there
type stuff.
different levels of sponsorships available, or is it just a donation type sponsorship?
There are different levels available. And I did not bring that sheet with me. I should have brought
No,
that
that's okay.
sheet with me. It is available on the ICARE website. But it's anywhere from $10,000 a year to, I think our lowest is $250 a year. We have a monthly giving program where you would receive a shirt. We have a one-time donation program where you just make a donation, and you know, it's all tax deductible. You'll receive a tax receipt for it. You can write it off on your taxes.
Sure.
So you're helping yourself, and you're helping a lot of families who, you know, definitely need the help. You're providing a lifestyle change.
That's
You're
right.
providing wonderful things for
Yeah.
special needs families.
It's a great way to get involved in your community and to give back.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And I would imagine there are probably people listening to the show today who find themselves in a similar situation as you
Yeah.
and other people you know. And they're probably thinking, you know, this is a godsend, because now not only do I have somebody I can turn to for resources, but just somebody to talk to and kind of connect and realize that you're not the only person who's going through this.
Right.
You're not the only family, I should say, going
Right.
through this. That there are other families, and you can get through it.
Yeah.
So you have that support.
Yes, and that was one of the major things that we were hoping to do, was just provide that support, provide that connection, because it's scary,
I mean, it sure is.
and it's sometimes very lonely, but it doesn't have to be.
That's right.
Tell me this, do y'all have a base of operations, an office or somewhere where you're located right now? And are there opportunities for people if they want to volunteer to
Yes.
help out in those? Is there any way?
Yes, we actually have a small office in the First Street Business Center. It's across from the courthouse. I think it's 230 South First Street, Suite E. Our phone number is 601-265-3070, and we need all the volunteers we can get our hands on.
And what would a volunteer be if they volunteered to come in and help out? What would they be doing?
We are actually about to kick off an internship program for high schoolers or college kids to help out in the office. We need people to help plan events. We need people to help fundraise. We are going to kick off a membership drive so that you're not a board member, but you're an ICARE member. You know, and you might have something you're good at, like fundraising or spreading the word or contacting families, you know, helping us make connections, things like that. It's, you know, eventually we will grow bigger as time moves on because we're very new. But we just need people who can donate a little bit of time and help us spread the word, help us fundraise, help us plan our events, help us contact potential donors, because that's a big part of the nonprofit world is contacting people and asking for money, you know, and asking for donations.
Yes,
Right.
So, you know, phone bank, stuff like that.
Well, Shannon, thank you, and just to recap quickly, this, you know, Shannon helped start this organization, but she's also a licensed realtor.
Yes.
So she can help you if you choose to buy or sell a home or a tract of land or whatever you're looking for, right? So
Yes.
why don't you give us the number for the ICARE Foundation one more time, and
Okay.
give your phone number in case
Okay.
people have questions about real estate or other
Okay.
topics as well.
ICARE is 601-265-3070. We're also on Facebook at facebook.com/ICARE Mississippi. And then my phone number is 601-754-8954, and you can call or text that at any point.
Yes. And before we go, we just want to remind you, Shannon is an expert on turkeys. So
Yeah.
I knew that was going to come up. I
She
knew that
is.
was coming.
last time we had her on the show, she told us a story about a turkey attacking her as a child. She's never gotten over that. She still comes in the office. Yesterday, she came in the office and made fun of my napkins because there were turkeys on there. So,
Yes. I
well, I
did.
tell you what, she would make a heck of a turkey hunter, right?
Is that right?
Got it out for her. That's what
I
she said.
do. I do.
All right. Well, thank you, Shannon. We appreciate you. And again, if you have any questions, give her a call. Check out the website. Go from there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody have a good week.
I did not mean to talk the whole program.
What's wrong with that?
Oh my word.
Good job.